Hi, I'm Chef Steve Watson, and today we're going to prepare beautiful Newfoundland oysters, maraschino oysters, the jewel of the sea. So today we're going to actually deep fry them. We're going to put a nice cornmeal breading with them, with a little bit of Cajun and a little bit of sea salt with them as well. And as I say, we're going to deep fry them with a few little potatoes as well. So let's get started. Here's our beautiful oysters. I do have some already shocked, but I'm just going to show you how to shock an oyster here now. Today I've got a beautiful board, but you could just do it in a cloth like this. Okay, so first of all, we put it into our block, we get our cloth, put it over the top, and we want to go to the hinge of the oyster itself right there. Put our knife right in there. I'm using a sharp, pointed oyster knife. So in we go, like so, and then I want to go around the oyster. You want to go around that muscle, so it's removing it from that shell, like so, and away we go. That's the one off there. Nice and clean, so we can discard that. And then we have our beautiful oyster there. And then it's caught on the bottom as well. We just want to remove that because we're taking it right from the shell itself. And I'm going to add that to the rest of our oysters that we have right here. Just like so. I'm going to reserve this shell itself because I'm going to be serving that with a little bit of tartar sauce in it when we have our breaded our breaded oysters there. So here we go. So just remove that cleanly, and we'll pop that over to the side. Now we'll prepare our dredge for our oysters itself. Now I'm just using a pan in the stove, on the stove here, and I want to bring that pan of oil, and you can use any oil, I'm just using a canola oil. I want to bring it to about 330 degrees. So I'm going to use my thermometer in there and see what temperature we've got. We're coming close to it, about 312, 320. So I'm just going to turn it back on, keep it on a very, very low heat, and turn it up if I need to afterwards. But going back to our dredge. First of all, I'm just going to put a little bit of flour, all-purpose flour in there. And of course, we'll add a little bit of cornmeal into that dredge as well. Remove the plate there. A little bit of chili powder. Give it a little bit of heat, a little bit of spice in there. And a little bit of seasoning salt for a little bit of flavor as well. Now, you could just put that in a bowl and mix it and everything else and then just add your oysters to it, but I choose to do it this way. See, it's all nice and clean, like so. Spread that apart. Now we'll start to add our oysters slowly into the dredge itself. So it's not sticking together, you see. 1, 2, 3. Now to these oysters, I've put them into a bowl, and I also strain them as well, so there's not a lot of juice. Normally that would just be floating in the stock, in the juice from the oyster itself. So put them all in gently. Nicely coming on there now. Then we can put some more in there. And put the last of them in there. All nicely done. As you can see now, look at that. They're all nicely ready to pop into the fryer. Move that from the side. I'm just going to check the temperature again. I just want to put one of our potatoes, because we're going to be serving this with it as well. Beautiful. Turn that up a little bit. These are only going to take a couple of minutes in the fryer anyway. See, they're nice. You can handle them. If you were doing them any other way, if you had them in a bowl, your hands would be all a mess and everything else. So there we go. You can hear some of that juice coming out of the oyster itself. And we might want to make them golden brown. Again, they're only going to take a couple of minutes in there. Take our last one. And we only want to do about 6 or 8 at a time. The reason being there'll be too many in the pan and they're going to dry out. Move that to the side. Let's have a look. They're coming on nicely. Now, when they're cooked, I'm going to put them on a wire rack. I'm not going to use any paper towel underneath them because we don't want that to be absorbed. We don't want the fat to be absorbed into that into the paper towel. You see, so there we go. Almost done. You see, only take a couple of minutes there. Nice and golden brown. The jewel of the sea. So we'll just remove them from, you see, there we go. Nice and crisp. Nicely done. Just put them on the top there. As I say, 6 to 8 at a time you can do. And I'm going to put the rest of these potatoes into the fryer. Just get a nice bit of colour there with those as well. Again, our beautiful maraschino oysters, Newfoundland oysters. This one got away from me there. So, let's get the bowl ready for serving. As I mentioned, we'll keep some of one of the oyster shells like so. We'll take some of our tartar sauce, put that in there like that. That's going to be for our garnish and our dipping. There we go. Put that to the side. I'll just clean my fingers. And we're now just about ready. I'm just waiting for these potatoes now. If you do cook more than 8 or you're doing 24 or something like that, cook 6 to 8 at a time. You can keep them on the rack and then just put them into the oven at 200 degrees. That will retain the heat in them as well. So, got a beautiful bowl here. Getting ready. Because I want to mix the potatoes with the mussels as well. Okay, our potatoes are just ready now, nice and golden brown. We take them out in the strainer. We're just going to keep them like that. I'm going to put these into the bottom of the bowl itself. There's one extra one there. Then we're just going to get our nice oysters. Pop them all around the plate like so. Nice chili, spices and Cajun there, give them a little bit of heat. Nice and crispy. Not to overdo them because you don't want to lose all that juice that's inside of them. And this is quite an easy dish to do at home. As you can well see, we'll put that into the center. And I'm not going to put a lemon with that. I think I'm going to put a little drizzle again of our balsamic vinegar across there. There we go, like so. Nice little bit of flavour, a little bit of parsley for garnish. And there's our beautiful maraschino oysters, the jewel of the sea for you to enjoy all in your very home.